Well, join me, Marcus, as I take a walk through Britton Ferry Forest. I didn't know this place existed until last week. Well, to be honest, Britton Ferry was a place I just drove past and never really thought about visiting. But that's about to change. Well, the walk itself is about 4 miles, that's about 6.5 kilometres. It should take you about an hour and a half. Unfortunately, the first part is all uphill. And I'm parking here in the Forest car park, which is free, and there's enough room for about a dozen cars. And that's at the top of Jersey Park in Britton Ferry. But as usual, I'm going to give you the starting point and links to the map in the description below. So in these videos, I hope to show you walks and places you wouldn't necessarily think about visiting. You may think they're industrial and not that picturesque. So hopefully by watching this, you'll find some hidden gems. Anyway, that's the practical stuff. Let's get started. Let's get up that hill. So as you come up the hill from the car park, you follow that gravel road. There's a sharp hairpin and you keep going uphill, and it gets a bit steeper up there as well. Well, this is a way to work off your breakfast. So when you come up the hill, you may see a little path going to your right. Ignore that for now. Keep on the stone and gravel roadway. Well, I did come here last week to film, but there was low cloud and you couldn't see more than 10 foot in front of yourself. It could have been anywhere. So I'm back today and the sun's trying to come out and there is a view, and because there's no leaves on the trees at the moment, you can see across to Neath, down the valley there, and even as far over to Morriston and out to Swansea. So on the way back, I think we get a clearer view of that area. This is a circular walk, so we do go around basically this hillside. So you emerge from the trees and on your left are some fields. And if you look on the far side of the small valley, you can see like an incline. There's an incline path up there, and that leads up from Jersey Park in Britton Ferry. And that's quite interesting history. And hopefully I'll be making a video about that on my other channel, Fly Drive Explore, in the near future. So if you're not subscribed to that, Fly Drive Explore. Bit of history, bit of travel, a bit of food, and a bit of Mel. This is W. So it may be a bit dark on the camera because I'm walking into the sun at the moment. The route basically takes you up the side of the hill, then around the top and back down. Like I said though, there are quite a few paths you can take off this one. So when you come back, just go and explore. So as you go further up the hill, you lose the sound of the motorway. But what you can hear, this part of South Wales is the main flight path especially in the morning, from Europe and London to the US and Canada. So there's always like a rumbling of engines in the background from jets. Not that noisy, but if you listen carefully, there's always something. There's a couple over there now. So you get to this point, you may be able to hear a stream. The path continues ahead of us, but there's this. A path to your right. What's up there? I know, but do you? Let's follow it and see where we come out. So going up that path, you get to the top of the hill and you're met with this, an old reservoir. Pretty. Unfortunately, around this side, people have been coming up here having barbecues and they've left their rubbish and stuff around there. Bit of a shame. So yeah, around the side it's a bit of a mess, but the views are nice. Anyway, we're going back down the way we came and to rejoin the main path. Let's go. So back down we go. So I've come back from the diversion and I've rejoined the main path. This is like my Margam walk. You seem to be going uphill all the time. One thing though, the camera doesn't really show the gradients that well. It never looks that steep on film. Another hairpin. And still upwards. So I can see over to Morriston and the DVLA building. So if you're waiting for a driving licence or something vehicle related, it's probably piled up in there for months. I'm nearly at the highest part of the walk. So the good news is downhill. Blue skies, the sun is coming out. So when you get to the top of the hill, the gravel road stops. It's sort of circular area. There's a pile of large stones on your right. You continue straight on. So this is like a turning area for the forestry vehicles. There's some stones on your right. You go straight on. I was mistaken. I thought the gravel path stopped there for some reason. But like I said, when I did it last time, it was so foggy, you couldn't see anything. No, but it continues. It does stop somewhere, because remember, the path does get a bit muddy. So, anyway, continue slightly downhill. So you come down the gravel path and you go past a big pylon. They used to scare me as a kid. There's a TV series in the 70s. I can't remember it, but there was a scene where this evil force or something was concentrated around the pylons. It was a kids show, but you know, like most 70s programs, probably totally unsuitable for kids. I'm having nightmares about pylons. So we come down the hill and this is where the gravel path runs out. And there's another pylon there. So we're going to continue that way. A slight right. And like I said, the gravel road's gone and now it's up the sort of muddy, grassy pathway. And in front of you, you can see Swansea Bay over to Swansea itself. So it's not too muddy yet. There is some gravel, but the difference is this is like a footpath as opposed to the roadside paths we came up on. And you got great views over Swansea Bay towards Swansea, Mumbles and the Gower. It's not too bad today, but it can get a bit muddy in a few hundred yards. Again, there's another pylon. Ignore those. But right in front of you, you've got a view of the M4. When you drive to West Wales and cross over Britton Ferry, cross over the Neath River, this is only about half a mile away. So you come down the hill with the M4 in front of you and then you get to another path and we take a right. It does get a bit muddy here, so you need boots. On the side of the hill you can see the remains of a car. You can see the wheels, the rotting engine. How the hell did it get up here? Well, basically we're walking alongside the hill with the M4 and Britton Ferry to our left and the hill itself to our right. So that part along the hillside comes out onto this road, and if you don't recognise this road, it's the one we walked up at the very start. So we walked down here, sharp hairpin, down to the car park. So I'm nearly back at the car park, and like I said earlier, there's so many walks in Wales to be discovered, even in places like this, Britton Ferry, a place you wouldn't initially think of being that picturesque, but you'll be surprised. Anyway, until next time, remember, keep walking. Bye.